In 1940, in a cold, quiet room hidden inside the English countryside, a man looked at an impossible Nazi code and made a prediction that sounded insane. We can end this war without ever seeing the battlefield. And within seconds of that sentence, he unknowingly became one of the most important minds in human history, and one of the most tragically destroyed. But here's what nobody tells you first. The war was already slipping toward catastrophe for Britain. German U-boats were erasing entire supply routes in the Atlantic. Convoys were vanishing so fast that commanders in London stopped asking, "Where are they?" and started asking, "How long until we run out of food?" And the reason behind it was a machine, Enigma, a device so complex that it didn't just encrypt messages, it constantly reinvented language itself. Every time you thought you understood it, it changed. And here's the first hook. Britain didn't break Enigma. They built something that hunted it, and the man behind it was Alan Turing. But before we go further, this is where the story takes a turn almost no one expects. Because Turing didn't try to crack the code like a genius solving a puzzle. He treated it like an enemy that thinks. And if the enemy thinks, then you don't solve it, you simulate it. That idea sounds simple now. In 1940, it sounded impossible. So impossible that even his own colleagues didn't fully believe it would work. And yet inside Bletchley Park, a hidden estate turned into the most secretive intelligence center in the world. Something was being built that shouldn't have existed for decades. A machine that didn't just calculate, it searched through reality itself. But here's the twist that changes everything. Every day that machine worked, submarines changed course. Entire battles quietly shifted. Lives were saved without anyone knowing why, not even the people being saved. And you might think this is the victory moment. It's not. Because while war outside was collapsing into chaos, inside, Bletchley, something even stranger was happening. Silence. Absolute silence. No recognition. No names, no credit. Even families were forbidden from knowing what their loved ones did. Imagine changing the outcome of a world war and being unable to say a word about it. But this is where the story tightens again. Because Turing wasn't just solving war problems. He was building something else inside the same logic system. Something that would outlive the war completely. A question that hadn't been asked before in human history. What if intelligence is not human? At first that sounds philosophical. But Turing treated it like engineering. And that single shift, philosophy, into engineering is what creates the modern world. But here's the hook you're not expecting. The war ends, and Turing disappears from history. Not physically, legally, no public recognition, no hero status. Just a quiet return to academic life in a country that cannot officially admit what he did. And for almost everyone around him, he is just another professor. But he isn't, because everything around you right now, computers, algorithms, digital communication, begins from the ideas he was not allowed to talk about. And then comes the collapse. Turing is arrested, not for espionage, not for war crimes, but for who he loved. And here's the moment that breaks the timeline of this story. The same government that used his mind to defeat Nazi Germany now labels him a criminal. But it gets worse. He is given a choice, prison, or chemical treatment designed to suppress parts of his identity. And he chooses survival, not freedom, survival. And this is where the emotional pressure spikes hard. Because after the treatment begins, everything changes around him. His work is restricted, his access is removed, his independence slowly disappears. The man who once decoded an entire enemy military system is now being quietly contained by his own country. But his mind doesn't stop. In 1950, before all of this fully unfolds, he publishes a paper that asks a question that sounds simple but destroys assumptions. Can machines think? And to answer it, he proposes a test that still shapes artificial intelligence today. Not a theory, a challenge. If a machine can convince a human it is thinking, does it matter that it isn't human? And now the story splits again. Because while his ideas are accelerating into the future, his life is collapsing in real time. By 1954, Alan Turing is found dead in his home. Cyanide poisoning, a half-eaten apple nearby. Official ruling suicide. But even today, the uncertainty remains in the background, never fully resolved, never fully closed. And here's the final emotional hit. The world did not lose Turing once. It lost him twice. Once in life, through isolation, punishment, and silence. And once in recognition, because his impact only became visible after the world he helped build finally caught up to him. Every search engine, every encrypted message, every artificial intelligence system, all of it carries fragments of a mind that was never allowed to fully exist in its own time. And the question this leaves behind is not historical. It's uncomfortable. How many other minds like his were never allowed to reach the future they were already building?